Okay, so I'm wrapping up my first quarter, and I 3D printed this thing. And you're probably wondering, like, what this thing is. Well, this thing is this. And so what I have is I have a diagram that gives me the dimensions to create this thing. And what it is we're wrapping up the first quarter. I want to be able to assess my students on their ability to measure both accurately, to attend to different levels of precision, and then to actually be able to fabricate something. And so this was the example that I came up with. So we use just standard redwood. And can they take a plan set and can they make this thing? And one of the things that's really hard I found in shop class is how do you assess and give a grade to something? And so for something like this, you're going to have lots of variation in terms of what kids come up with. And so what I did is I came up with different offsets. And so I made my 3D printer, this that is basically offset by a 1/4 inch. So you can see there's a lot of wiggle room here for students who are struggling. And I'm calling this right now a C level project. So if it fits in here, that's okay. That's a C. You made the piece, but I'm not going to say that you're really ready for uh, larger projects that take more precision. And then for a B, it's offset by 1/8 of an inch, so it's a little bit more precise. You can see that these pegs are actually in there now. So if you can get it to fit in here and that's the best you can do, then I'm going to call that a B. And then I have an A that is a 1/16 of an inch offset. So that's actually pretty close. And again, kids have to really be precise in their work to be able to make that fit. What's nice about this type of assessment is it's tool agnostic. Like you could make this with just hand saws, so just with hand tools. Obviously, you could use power tools to do this. You could use routers, you could use band saws, you could use table saws. There's lots of different ways that you kids could go about getting to the same piece. And it's a really easy way for me to assess quickly. It also takes me out of the loop. Like it either fits or it doesn't. And so there's no argument from them about kind of whether it's going to meet the standard that I've set or it hasn't. I even had one that's set to a 32nd of an inch. That one is actually pretty hard to make. I tried this yesterday. I can get it in there, but it's tight. But you can see with this piece, at a 32nd of an inch, you have to really be precise in terms of how you're making that to be able to get that to fit. And that's really hard with a soft wood like redwood and just using hand tools. So anyway, that's how I'm wrapping up the first quarter. I'm hoping that that gives me a good sense of what kids know how to do. My first kind of stronger students did it today and able to kind of knock this out in about 30 minutes. So it takes some time, but it can definitely be done in a class period. All right.